Promise made, promise delivered.
Yeah.
Why should we be excited about this?
It's not that you shouldn't be excited.
Okay.
It is that you remember our manifesto, it's like a people's manifesto. We went around and met every group of persons, groups of people, organizations, traders, farmers, and then the rest. And there was a common cry on some of the taxes, like E-Levy specifically. Even in Parliament to pass it, there was a serious commotion inside Parliament. Even though after that, some people celebrated. So the government, in opposition, then realized that what Ghanaians need is to take out E-Levy. And there are several reasons I personally would applaud the president for repealing that bill, because E-Levy actually affected the poor more than the rich. After all, the rich, you have various ways of taxing them, and they can still remain with surplus dividends from their businesses. But the poor, somebody who has taken a salary, he wants to buy something online or buy something from somebody, you tax the person when he's paying, then you tax him for using the electronic platform to pay. It means you have taxed him for buying the product, one, and you have taxed him for using his money to buy the product.
Yeah.
That is what it means. It means that if I go to a shop to buy Omo and they print a receipt for me, I have the price of the Omo and I have the tax for the Omo. Then because I've used Momo to pay, electronic medium to pay, you tax me for that money again. It means that you were overtaxing me. And then with people, everybody saw it to be a very bad tax. So what would a good listening government do? Take it away. That is not the only importance. Remember that when you are using electronic medium to pay, you are helping the central bank governor. He doesn't need to print money. Because if everybody was transacting using cash, the frequency at which we will be printing money in this country and the amount spent to print money would be colossal. It means that if we take off the tax aspect of using electronic medium to pay, many people would rely on using the electronic medium to pay. In that way, the central bank would not have a lot, it would not need a lot of money to print notes for transactions. And besides, it will also help in one way or the other in really tracking businesses. Because once you're using the medium to pay, the government can rather find a way of tracking businesses to really pay the taxes they are supposed to pay. But if I'm using cash, I can collect the cash even without giving you a receipt. But if I use electronic medium to pay, there's no way, you can't hide it. So I think that cancelling it would encourage people to use more of this, reduce the central bank's demand for money to print more currency, to circulate in the market for usage. And you know, even notes even spread a lot of diseases if you really want to look at it. During the COVID time, we were all aware people didn't want to touch some notes, and then you were forced to touch it because there was no any other alternative. So to me, it's a good thing the government has done. All the bills that he has signed were demands from the people. And the government realized that I need to do a budget that will bring some relief. At least following the footsteps of our former vice president, we are moving from taxation to industrialization. We are moving from taxation to 24-hour economy. That is on a lighter note.
On a lighter note.
We just want to make sure that Ghanaians get something to cushion themselves. At least today, if I'm sending somebody, by tomorrow, if I'm sending somebody 100 Ghana cedis, I know I'll be saving myself 1 cedi. If I send to 10 people, I have 10 cedis to give to somebody to spend on his own. That alone is very good. So I think that the People's Manifesto has become the people's budget, and the people's budget has left money for the people. All those billions you are talking of would have gone to government. But there's one aspect that I always emphasize on. It is not bad to tax people. It's not bad at all for government to tax. But if you tax and the people see the tax, they feel the tax, they enjoy the tax, then that is when you will not get a complaint. He is from a developed country. He's lived there for long. He sees the roads that he drives in. Even when it snows, there's something to come and push away the snow for them to drive. You see the infrastructure that is there, public amenities, and then the rest. Where is our taxes going? We misapply them. We misapply them. And I don't want to cite examples because we all know them. We've pushed money into places that were not actually relevant. The finance minister has spoken about misappropriation of funds from the refund of tax refunds account has been misappropriated and all those things. That is how we are misusing funds. If actually governments spend money in devolving the country, making sure you go to hospital, it is fine. Your child goes to school and there's a chair for him to sit and the teacher is comfortable. You are driving on the road and the road signage is there, there aren't potholes, and you even increase road toll. I bet you we will pay. But for now, once the country is hot, everybody is hot, the first step to do is to relieve Ghanaians from what they call it obnoxious taxes. Let's relieve that one. But government has not only relieved them from paying the taxes, he has found monies to cushion where those monies were coming to cover. Very nice move. Even monies that were getting free from the United States, they have found money to put it there. It means that what our former president said, yɛte sika so nti a comedy, it's really true. There is money. We just have to distribute it in a way that everybody would have a feel of it. Everybody will benefit from it. And once we are benefiting and the development is coming, we'll push for more taxes for other things. And when we use them for it, like we said, NHIS is uncapped. All the money now goes to National Health Insurance. They will pay hospitals regularly. People will go, they don't have to buy gloves. They don't have to buy medicine. They don't have to go out and buy syringe. They will buy new mattresses for hospitals. They will buy beds for hospitals. Sanitation in the hospitals will be good because you've uncapped. People will be happy. You've uncapped education. Now schools are prepared and everybody's looking. When will the chairs come? When will the textbooks come? They promise textbooks for students and then the rest. They promise students money not to pay their first year fees. They promise nursing trainees money. No, first year university students are not going to pay fees for it. All these things, when we demonstrate that we are collecting the taxes and using them well, I bet you, like abroad, people pay taxes, though they complain, but not like us. They are happy about what their taxes are used for. Let's be transparent to the people. And when it is time for us to tighten the belt, and you say tighten belt, they will tighten belt. So I think it's a good move the president has done, and I appreciate him. I commend him for standing bold and fulfilling his promise to the good people of Ghana. At least in his 120 days promises, he's virtually fulfilling them. And that is the way we want him to go. And we hope that the rest of the promises will keep track and we'll make sure we encourage him to fulfill them so that Ghanaians will be happy. Not because I'm NDC, I want it. I want Ghanaians to be comfortable. Yeah. To be happy that they are in the country, that the little resources we have, we are using it for everybody to benefit from it. So to me, it's a good move.
But Doc, how about those who argue that we have perhaps missed out, or we've missed a very fine opportunity to rope in our brothers and sisters in the informal sector?
Yeah.
Because for a very long time, we've had difficulties in broadening, this whole talk about broadening the tax base. And so perhaps this singular policy of introducing E-Levy was going to solve that age-old problem of roping in everybody to be able to pay what I call direct tax. That's when direct taxes everybody pays. So here we're talking about income tax. And the E-Levy was a good move. Now you have let people off the hook.
Yeah.
They aren't going to pay those levies again. So what have you done? If indeed the idea is to rope in the informal sector, yeah, and a lot of our people in the informal sector who are doing momoing things,
yeah,
and so whether they like it or not, they'll pay the levy. Now you're saying they shouldn't pay. How else are you going to rope in the informal sector?
In fact, did it achieve the results they wanted?
I think that's a legitimate question.
It hasn't. Has it brought a lot of discontent within Ghanaians? Yes. There's one thing that we have to know. Government is not only having money to give to people, but making the people happy sometimes. There are certain moments. There are now indicators of how happy are the people in your country, that they assess to see which country is the happiest country. They are happy because certain things are happening that are good to them. Ghanaians say, look, you can tax whatever. If they increase taxes on gold mining, is it not going to give us money? How much do we make from gold?
Yes, but as children and grandchildren of Oliver,
yes,
can we ever say we are grateful and we're thankful? You see, the same people whom you are sparing the agony of paying E-Levy and so on, they're going to come back to you and ask you where are their roads?
Yes.
Where are their hospitals?
Yes.
Where are their schools?
Yes.
Where's the water? Where's electricity? Where's this? Where's the free this? Where's the free sanitary? So if you spare them the pain of paying E-Levy, isn't that it? I mean, are we saying that they won't come back to you again to make certain demands, forgetting that you spared them, forgetting that you have spared them the pain of paying E-Levy?
Do
you get it? Because we're talking about making Ghanaians happy.
Right.
Will they be happy
after taking all
in the long term?
After taking all those levies out and then the rest, haven't we found resources for the manifesto, for the budget?
That I agree.
So you see,
that I agree. But we could have had more resources.
You could have had more resources, which is making the people unhappy. Do you want the people to be unhappy because you are making more resources?
Right.
It's not good. It's not because of political benefit, but you simply just want to see the people also happy that they have a say. No one is saying that the informal sector is really left uncontrolled, but E-Levy was not going to control them. It is up to the local governments and then the rest. Look, I take artisans to work in my house. How do I tax them and give it to government? It's difficult.
Very difficult.
So government has to structure things, bring out policies that will make sure everybody is captured. That is where the problem is. But it's not imposing E-Levy. E-Levy is really, look, I'm sending 100 cedis to somebody in Garu who needs 100 cedis to go and buy medication. He rushed to go and buy the medicine because he's moving it. You take another money from it. Why? So I'm not thinking that E-Levy was a solution to our problem. Prudent dispensation, prudent distribution of the money would help Ghana develop.
Okay.
The road. Why did they remove the road toll? If they know they needed money, you could modernize it. And I tell you, if you do an asphalt road from here to Garu and put toll booths and every 50 kilometers and tax people, and the road is asphalt, and I don't have to buy shocks every 2 weeks, I'll pay those taxes. I will pay for the toll booth. I will prefer it. And drivers will tell you they prefer to drive on an asphalt road, paying toll booths every 50 kilometers, than driving on these very bad roads and buying shock absorbers every 2 weeks. We have to think outside the box and ensure that we get money from where there's productivity, but not getting money double taxing people. It appears the E-Levy was like a double tax. Like I started the example of buying Omo in a shop. They'll tax you for buying the Omo and tax you for using Momo to pay. That is like double taxation.
All right.